have passed since Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod tried to invade the orphanage. Your courageous and fast action saved you and the children from serious harm. Yesterday, a lone city watchman stopped by to warn Father Grimm about 3 violent bandits who are wanted and have been operating in the area, and to keep an eye out for them. You guys went silent. Father Grimm is now reuniting a fortunate child with her grateful parents, so you have some time to yourselves before Father Grimm and the nuns that occasionally help him ask you to start helping to prepare lunch for everyone. You guys have secretly been divvying up the treasure of Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod, the stuff that they stole from other people, and the stuff that you took away from them before you buried them.
I just go ahead and I take the cheese and the silver candelabra because they are mine.
I'll take the long-toothed dagger, being proficient with daggers as I am.
I'll scurry forward, just grab one of the daggers and retreat.
I also think daggers are interesting. Huh.
Learn luck. A dagger for each.
Her holding a dagger makes you slightly nervous.
I'll take the chainmail. Is that cool?
It's heavy. I don't want to carry it.
Okay.
There are 2 sets of this. This soft leather. Wear your own. I'm taking the nicer one.
Well done. Give me 20 sideds. These are perceptions.
I'm 6.
5.
Very good.
5 as well.
20.
You guys are very into the divvying up. You hear a tap, 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 tap.
I want to crawl towards the noise and put my ear up against the wall.
As you get closer to the wall, you notice there's something moving in the window, stained glass window, and it's going tap, 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 tap on the stained glass window. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tap.
I want to climb the wall up to the window and then peek out the window.
Tap. You look at the small space between where the metal touches the stained glass, where it's not stained. You think you see a feather and a black eye.
Am I still like stuck in the chainmail?
You're still playing with it. You guys failed
Playing with it.
horribly.
It's a bird, right?
Tap,
I don't fear
tap,
birds.
tap, tap. No.
I push the window to see if there's any way to move this strange wall.
If you push hard enough, you're pretty sure you can put your hands through it.
I'm going to crawl back down and I'm going to walk outside.
Tap, 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 tap. You see a large crow. Tap, tap, tap. When you come near it, it turns around. Rapunzel! Where?
Rapunzel.
Where?
Rapunzel?
Rapunzel!
Rapunzel?
Rapunzel!
Rapunzel.
Outside!
Rapunzel?
Rapunzel!
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel!
Out.
Out!
Out. Rapunzel. Out.
Ah! And the bird goes inside the open door and leaves you outside. Whoa! And it lands in the room. Boom! Rapunzel!
Boots!
Rapunzel! Outside! And you see Puss go. And he starts stalking from behind.
Hey.
And it
Watching
walks,
you.
He just walks off to the side like, I wasn't gonna do anything. It just,
Boots, where did you go? I couldn't find you. I was scared and I needed help and you weren't there when I called. Where did you go?
Boots here! Boots! And he flicks up to the windowsill and he gets in it. And he starts scratching to make himself comfortable.
I am going to telepathically try and communicate with Boots and find out where Boots had gone because I...
The tower? Tower. Father Grimm walks in. Hey, what do you have here? Another orphan? I hear voices.
Yes, my friend Boots is here.
Ah, perhaps someone for that lazy cat to play with, yeah? What do you think of that, Puss? What do you think of that? He's looking for the cat. Meow. Ah, I don't think he likes it. Well, there's room for all. Ilmata shields and protects. And then he comes a little closer to you guys. I think it is time for us to find your relatives, eh? And do any of you know of your family anywhere in the Baldur's Gate area? And Ilmata is happy to take you as his own, but of course, if you have family.
I do. I have a grandmother. She lives in the back garden district, and she's the last house on Bloom.
Good, you see. Ilmata's shield and provides. The back garden district is not so close. It's on the other side of the city. And so, Little Red, after lunch, would you and perhaps the little prince go hitch the horses up? We will have an adventure and go and return you to your grandmother, yeah?
Yes, let's do that. Thank you.
Yeah, we do this.
My grandmother has jam.
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 Yes.
I would like some jam.
Nice.
Very good. Red, Aladdin, and Rapunzel, you guys take turns on the horses' reins as you travel around the walled city of Baldur's Gate after lunch. You're on Father Grimm's horse-driven cart. He does not drive because Father Grimm is quite blind. Mowgli, these horses' reins remind you of chains somehow. So you have no part of this driving.
Are these dragons? These. Are these dragons?
They're horses.
No, the horses were what we saw before. The creatures that were chasing you.
What is it with you and animals?
Oh, you've heard me for a second. Dragons is... Oh, he leans back in the cart.
These are so big. They must be dragons?
No, not
At least
Did you ever
manticores.
see a picture of a horse in your books? No?
No,
Clearly
they
not.
described the horses. They have short fur and 4 legs, and they run fast. And that's what was chasing you.
Yes, except it wasn't on fire and didn't have teeth the size of my arm, and the horses don't try to
Sometimes
kill
things are
you.
lost in translation.
We got you, Rapunzel. This is a horse.
These are horses.
Yeah.
Just don't try to ride.
Oh.
As the sun begins to get lower in the sky, you all arrive on the western side of Baldur's Gate, in what Father Grimm calls the Back Garden District. This part of the city appears to be quite run down. There are doors hanging limply off of frames, broken windows, their shutters clacking in the wind, and very few people.
Is the wagon, is it covered at all?
No, it's a carriage.
You said Mowgli wasn't comfortable. Is he?
It is not unlike traveling in the circus's cage, which you have done for at least 4 winters. You are happy to be free, but this is not a happy reminder, that feeling of sitting in a vehicle and going to the next place.
In that case, I'm whimpering and keeping my eyes on the exits.
I will come sit with Mowgli. I do not like this place. I want to understand, though, your story.
Well, let's focus on something. So why don't I read from one of your books?
Oh, yes, do you
Or
know?
do you want to read?
I can read.
Why don't you read us a story?
And I take out my book and I start to read. I start reading the mystery, and I clearly know it by heart. And as I start to read, I sort of stop reading out loud and just keep reading to myself.
Don't eat Paige, Mowgli. Don't eat Paige,
No,
Mowgli.
no, don't eat the pages, Mowgli. That's right.
Very good.
He's learning.
Tell me, what do you see? Are we near the end of the street?
Yes, we are. We are near the street.
I leap out.
And this is Bloom, is correct? Yeah?
Yes.
Ah, good. Let us go see your grandmother and see if she is home, shall we? Come. And he starts to make sure that the carriage is stopped, and he gets out.
You'll love my grandmother.
Is she like my grandmother?
I don't know your grandmother.
Maybe
I
they're
doubt
the same
it.
grandmother. Maybe this is my grandmother.
I'm doubting it because my grandmother just generally doesn't lock people up.
Well, she didn't lock me up. It wasn't safe for me to be out. And obviously she was right, because how many times have we been attacked now?
Okay, well, my grandmother happens to be a free spirit. I'll let this go. Let's go meet my grandmother.
The last house at the end of the street stands dark. You move towards the house with its deepening shadows. Your footsteps thump hollowly on the wooden steps. You were very small the last time you were here.
What are those? In the sky. What are those?
Stars?
Is that what they are?
You've never read a book about stars.
Oh, I've heard the word. I've just never.
Seen them. In the windows in the tower.
There are so many.
You have a good eye for detail. Everything appears to be tidy and well kept here at this house. The garden is also well tended. Father Grimm says that's such a quiet neighborhood, no? He pauses for a second. Ah, good. They're home. I hear her moving about.
Grandma?
All of you roll perception checks for me, please.
14.
22.
13.
6.
You hear a some shuffling and then quickly stops as if it's trying to be quiet. Nothing comes to the door. Nothing happens.
Is there a little gap at the bottom of the door?
There's
I would like to just kind of crawl up to the door and lean down and just sniff through.
perception.
That's going to be 10.
There is a scent. A person. An old person. No one comes to answer the door.
Grandma?
Is there a window?
Grandma, are you okay
On
in
the
there?
sides of the house, sure.
I would like to go look inside.
You go down the stairs and around the side of the house.
I'll go with her.
Very good. You guys go around the side. Give me investigation or perception.
Both?
10.
You see nothing. Nothing at all, and you guys agree that at least they're not on this side of the house.
Boots has a 17.
You reach out in the way that your grandmother taught you and see through the crow's eyes. You look down through the window as opposed to through the drapes or the shutter. And from this up angle, looking down, you see something shift and move across the room very quickly.
There is something inside.
Then you see that form come back. It looks like a woman, an old woman, and she's holding something close, and she gets near the window. She looks at an angle. You're looking down at her from this angle through Boots' eyes.
Shh, quick. And I will push Aladdin away from the window so she cannot see us.
You're looking down at her. She doesn't know you're looking at her. She cannot see Boots. She's looking out. She
Hello?
looks afraid.
We are here with your granddaughter. It is rare for granddaughters to come visit their grandmothers, but yours has.
Can I hear her?
Yes.
So my grandmother's in there.
I believe so, yes. She's
So I want to
At the
go
window.
in and see my grandmother.
It's locked.
Okay.
Are you all right in there?
What's your name?
Blanchette. My father calls me Little Red.
Click, 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 click.
Hello.
Well, come in. Come in. Come in. And she welcomes you guys inside, and she looks outside. She looks at the old guy walking in. It's an odd group of people to walk in, but she looks at Mowgli. She kind of steps back from him. She sees you guys come in. Well, Red,
Yeah.
what are you doing here? And she's carrying a frying pan. She was gonna clock somebody. She's got a big iron frying pan with both hands.
We're just
She's tall,
We're
she's
looking
slim.
for safety. It's been a bit of an adventure. I'll tell you all about it, but right now we're just looking for some safe place
And
for
jam.
shelter and food, and she likes jam.
And I walk
You have
towards
any
the
jam?
kitchen to go get jam.
These are my friends. We have come a long way, and we've been through a lot.
Oi, where do you think you're going?
Jam. We're hungry.
Don't be rude. Sit over there.
Come, Rapunzel,
Now,
come.
What?
Just
All
Red?
right, fine.
Yes,
you're safe.
we're safe now. I don't know what has happened to my parents. I haven't been able to find them, but they told me to come here.
What happened to him?
I don't know. There were skeletons, and things have gone a bit nuts. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm hoping Mom and Dad will find us here because this is where they told us to come.
She kind of drops the defensive position with the pan. Right. Well, she has a look at all of you. She's a little nervous. You can see that she's kind of dancing back and forth. You guys are trying to calm her down. Give me a persuasion roll. You give me the persuasion
Yeah.
roll, actually.
So a 12.
She's still a little agitated. And she grabs you by the shoulders. She looks at your hair.
It's me, Grandma. I know it's been a very long time. I'm a lot older than I was last time I came.
You've grown? Okay. Well, she kind of shuffles around. We've no jam. And she points a gnarly finger at you.
Jam.
No jam.
What's wrong with that boy?
Jam.
Okay, that'll be
He's
enough.
still learning to
Okay.
speak.
Oh,
Okay.
she's getting nervous, more nervous. She's getting agitated.
If there's no
She's-
jam, I think we should go.
I'll tell you, this part of town is very dangerous indeed at night. You'll still want to be on the road before it gets late. So, there's that. Thank you for returning my granddaughter here. Be safe. Be safe.
Grandmother, these are my friends. I don't want them to be sent out on their own.
If they stay in this neighborhood, it'll be worse for them when it gets late. That's why I got all the lights off.
Well, I stay with them, so we either have to go as a group or take shelter. If you have some food, we would really appreciate that.
Nine. This is what the family is for. This is why we brought you here, to reunite you with your grandmother. And here she is. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy to see my grandmother. Thank you, Father Grimm.
Okay. We do not want to encroach upon you. We see you have things well in hand. He reaches out for Grandma, and Grandma's like this, and he grabs her hand and he pats it. We are so happy to reunite you with your granddaughter, you see. Ilmata truly protects his own. Oh my. What strong hands you have, Grandma. Yeah. Mowgli, give me a perception check.
That's gonna be 17.
You have been standing near this old woman, for some time. Your mouth is watering just a touch. She has the blood scent on her. It's in this house, too. Maybe the bedroom? Yes, it's coming from that way.
Mowgli, is something wrong?
Aladdin, give me a perception check.
10.
You see the tension in him. They are saying goodbye, but you alone see Mowgli going.
Mowgli?
You're on the opposite side of him, and you may not want to have a conversation, but you do see it, because they're all talking still. Father Grimm is talking, they're talking. They're getting ready to leave, actually. But it comes out like a burst of heat. You smell this burst of lupine scent.
I want to let out just a low growl to see if there's any reaction from this human.
She instinctively returns the sound.
I attack.
Roll your attack. I will give you that because you're just on the edge.
happened?
That is a 1.
What does fate have to say about that?
Ambush party.
You attack, and it's fast, and she should not see it coming. She's as old as Father Grimm. And you throw your claw dagger.
Claw.
You throw your claw towards her face. You do not see her claw backhand you through the face. She hits you so hard that he actually cracks part of the wall and ends up in the bedroom. 4 points of damage. Mowgli! Too late. She grabs you by the throat. The claws come out. Her hand an old hand, becomes claw and covers with fur. Her skin splits down the middle and fur, brown fur, pours out of her face as her muzzle starts to expand. You see teeth burst out of the skin and snap into position from both sides, and you hear, "Stop!" And he stands there holding on to his staff, and it glows bright. He shakes, and you hear him under his breath, "The power of Ilmata provides and protects. The power of Ilmata provides, protects." And it does not strike you, but its claws are growing out of its hand right next to your face. The nails slide towards your face, and they too stop. And then Father Grimm regains himself. Flee! It jumps out the window. It rushes out of here. You hear from outside,
Beast running! Beast running!
Follow it, Boots!
Follow me!
Your grandmother is nothing like you described.
"It's the power of Ilmata shields and protects. The power of Ilmata shields and protects." This blood crystal is glowing in the room, and he just keeps on saying the same thing.
This is all my fault. I want to check Mowgli.
You run to the bedroom. He is in the corner, again on the floor next to the bottom of the bed. There are bones underneath this bed, wet bones.
Despite that damage, just like roll onto like all fours like as quickly as possible.
And Aladdin is okay?
Ilmat. Shield.
What is he?
The light is starting to.
Father Grimm?
Ilmat. Shield.
Are you okay, Father?
He just slumps to the ground.
We need to go now.
Beast, stop!
Where did it stop?
You can see through Boots' eyes.
Beast is coming! She's coming!
We should go. We should go now.
The horses?
Outside.
Out there, you will be exposed. You won't be able to control it at all, but it's coming.
I'm pulling at both daggers.
You hear the growl outside, just on the other side of the wall.
She's coming. Ready yourselves.
I've large ears, better to hear you with.
Put the cloak of perception over us both, so at least we're not visible.
You pull back into the corner of the room and cover
Yeah.
up. You are now hiding. You hear the porch go.
I'm going to move in closer to it.
You see a big claw come around the door jamb. And you see it pull on the door jamb and leave slice marks in it. I've great big jaws. The better to tear you apart with. Roll initiative.
17.
That's gonna be 5 for me.
8.
9.
So I twist my hair into the formation, and tendrils of dark energy come out, and it batters everything.
What am I trying to save against?
Strength 12.
Please do your full damage.
5. 8. 5. 13. And also, she cannot take any reactions until her next turn.
You hear a run, run, run.
I will move out of the way to try and hide because I have not yet moved this
Let
turn.
me see if she can understand what's going on. She spends this round snapping at tentacles, and she's trying to attack them back, although there's nothing there to attack.
I want to dash toward it because I am irrationally brave right now because I feel like this is all my fault. So I'm going to dash toward it. I cast Slayer's Prey.
As soon as you see it, absolutely.
I'm going to go at it with my hand axe and try to create some kind of damage to this creature.
You run out there, and this thing is swatting the area, and then it realizes that there's nothing left to swat, and then you come out right out next to its side, and it starts to become aware of you. You can attack.
Okay, I'm going to go for the attack with the left hand, under and up.
Under and up.
Yep.
Bring it.
12.
You manage to hit it under and up, just like you said, right into the armpit.
Nice.
And it's like you hit a stone wall. Ping! It just stops and looks, and it comes out.
Do I have time to dash back into the house? No.
Aladdin, I will tell you this, because you know exactly where it's at. If you go out this window, you'll come up from behind it.
Yes, I will. I will go out the window to get behind her. Absolutely.
You slide out of the window because you know how to open it so easily. You slip right over the edge. You land quietly on the outside and you start to make your way around and you see this thing.
And she is engaged with another target, so I will go for a sneak attack.
This thing, I am to this skull as this werewolf is to her. That's how big this thing is that you're fighting.
I select the long-toothed dagger based on its balancing and whip it back, praying to the gods that I succeed. And
Give me that attack.
12.
Do your damage.
Oh, nice.
8.
Nice.
Okay. That was 9.
16.
You do exactly what you mean to do. It does not see it coming, and it impales itself in the back of its trapezius. And it roars in pain. That sunk in.
Yes.
That hurt.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
tried.
you.
I tried.
It sees where it came from. Mowgli,
My pack is under attack. I break out into a rage and run across the floor, howling out loud with my 2 daggers in my hands.
nice.
Awesome.
Do it.
All right, that's gonna be 23.
That's my Mowgli.
Give me the second attack.
All right. That's gonna be 9.
You come flying through the house. You use the first dagger to stab into the wall. You stab the dagger in, and you let the momentum carry you around, and you leap. Whoa. Boom! And with a 23, you jam it into this thing's forehead right there. Crock! Nothing. It's like you hit a stone wall with the tip of your dagger. You look at the dagger. This thing is drooling with rage.
Boots, go help.
Whoa. Boots comes and pecks this thing in the back of the head.
So I would like Boots to help whoever's going to attack it.
And what do you want to do? Because that's Boots on his own.
I am going to Eldritch Blast. I twist my hair, channeling the magics.
Do you do it from the inside of the house where you can barely see it, but you can see it? Or do you want to go outside with everybody else? But do you
I'll
want to
keep my cover.
Keep your cover. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
And my hair snaps out.
Give me an attack roll.
It is a 14.
You clip it in the shoulder with eldritch energy. Do it.
All I know is I never should have made fun of your hair. Your hair rocks.
That will be 6 damage, and I push it 10 feet further away from me.
It gets blown backwards through the porch fence and off the edge. What you did not know is that there was a very small Aladdin directly underneath it and behind it. This isn't an attack, it's just a body falling through space.
Sorry.
Give me a dexterity save to get the hell out of here before it lands on top of you.
17.
You dive to the side and kaboom! This thing lands on its back.
Yes.
It is on its back for only a split second because it gets its feet underneath it. And you are the only thing down here. And then this crow smacks it in the head, but it comes after you anyway. Boots is irritating it, but its claw comes down. It doesn't send you that far, but it does crush you to the ground with 7 points of damage as its claw drags through your flesh. Then it starts to lift up its other hand and then it gets pecked in the head again. and it looks at Boots. The second hand misses horribly, but the first hand was more than enough to cause a good amount of damage. And there's a total of 7. Red.
I'm going to set Hunter's Mark, and I will throw from the top this time. It's because really my motivation is to distract from Aladdin.
Do it. And I believe you have advantage on this attack because you're the first person attacking.
It's an 8.
You throw and you feel like you're moving through molasses because of the sheer speed of this thing. You release it and it takes a step back and it goes woof, woof, past it.
I want to dash toward it.
Do you want to get in front of this thing?
If it's about to attack my friend, yeah.
It is about to attack your friend.
Then I'm going to jump in.
You jump off the porch. You try to dive in front of this thing. Aladdin.
I want to communicate to Mowgli, yell to Mowgli, tell him, Mowgli, my dagger was able to injure it. If you can somehow get to it and stab it with that dagger using your incredible dexterity, we can kill it.
It was looking here, and now it looks at you. You have its full attention.
But now its back is turned.
That it was a clever and brave thing to do. You get on all fours and you wiggle backwards, further turning the beast's back towards Mowgli, where Mowgli, you can see something shiny sticking out of his back.
I want to run and jump and try to grab that dagger and try to pull it down as hard as I can.
The dagger is stuck at an upward angle like this into the muscle. So pulling it down will only pull it out.
Then I would like to run and grab it, and as if I was like leaping from tree branches, just use that as my pivot point to just drag up and use as much energy as I possibly can.
That is the trick you learned from the monkey people. Give me an athletics check for the power of your jump.
That's going to be 22.
The power is good. Give me an acrobatics check to control your body through the air and aim it towards that one point on its back.
That's going to be 17.
Very well. And this is your attack.
Okay, that's going to be 12.
That will do. You grab it and yank up, and your body continues to sail past it. You may do dagger damage, and I'll give you +2 damage just because of the sheer weight of your body doing this thing.
Go, Mowgli!
That's 10.
Nice.
You lift part of the trapezius up and open up the back of her shoulder, and it tears forward, and you continue to sail past. You land well on the other side, and you have a bloody long-toothed dagger in your hand, and this thing roars. The roar says something about, in the broken language that it speaks, kill you! It is all about you now because you caused the pain. Rapunzel.
First, I will send Boots to distract and help. And now I would like to have Boots help Red, who I believe is going to be the next close-up physical attack. So I will, again, shoot my hair at it.
Your hair crawls along the floor to the outside and lifts up.
Slams into it. Is there anything I can push it against within 10 feet of where it is?
You're going to be pushing it towards him.
Okay, then I will not push it then this
Okay.
time. 12.
That will do.
Excellent. 3 damage.
This thing is getting just irritated in every direction, but it's really irritated at you. It comes at you hard. It intends to rip out your throat. You see it become all teeth and all claws, and it just lifts up into the air, and it is pure fury and pure rage. The claw comes down.
I jump in.
What was supposed to be Mowgli's face, it is now your back, and it rips through your back instead. But you take 6 points of damage from that claw. Then it just throws its body weight on top of you and starts to rip and tear. It tears into you for another 10 points of damage. Blood starts flying everywhere. Aladdin.
At this point, Mowgli has the dagger in his hand still.
Oh, yes, that is correct.
Throw me the dagger.
3,
Mowgli.
2.
I throw it.
Very good. You just need to be able to catch it. Acrobatics.
I catch all the daggers. All of them. I'm catching daggers.
What'd you roll?
22.
You caught it in motion. You were well behind it. Its back is soaked in its own blood.
I will sneak attack from behind, attempting to once again hammer at that wound that Mowgli and I have opened in its back.
Do you want to do this with the full force of your weight?
I want to eviscerate this creature once and for all.
Then you go full 300. You grab it out of the air, you jump up behind it, and you come down. Give me your attack.
18.
Damage.
5.
And sneak attack damage.
3 and 3.
Thank you very much. Red.
Is there anything left of me, or where am I at?
You're trying to hold it off of you, but you feel everything just falling apart. It is ripping, tearing, and its jaws go, and they come down on your face. And then you notice in
got
the
bad
middle of the
breath.
jaws something silver. It's his dagger from behind. And he pulls it, and the head goes like this, and the dagger goes all the way through its head and pops out the mouth.
Oh,
and
yes.
its claws drop,
Oh, wow.
and then it starts to shrink. The bones start to snap back. And there's an old woman with a dagger all the way through the back of her head and out of her mouth. But she still has some semblance of massive fangs. And then she falls limp.
Red,
Yeah,
are you okay?
I'm alive.
I'm gonna run out to try and help heal you, help bind your wounds.
Okay.
You guys grab each other. You regroup in the house.
Yeah.
You help Father Grimm up, and he moves very slowly, very weakly, but he's recovering.
Now he wakes up.
Ilmater's power is great, but I'm not as strong a vessel as I was in my youth. Still, Ilmater will see to your healing, but I need to know. None of you were bitten. None of you were bitten.
Right.
We were cut. We were cut.
Very good.
Just clawed.
Oh, thank you, Nata. Very good. Very good. He recovers himself, and he prays, and his prayers are strong given time, and he heals you. There is some peace in this. You guys spend a little bit of time here. You don't go home tonight. You stay here just because it's easier, and he cannot leave a dead body out like that. When you guys go to bury it in the backyard, you find a small but old grave in the backyard. It is your grandmother's grave. It is old, at least 3 years. Father Grimm asked you to read the grave, and it has her name. And Father Grimm says, it's good. She was buried properly. She is at peace. Your grandmother was never troubled by this thing. You should know that. And whoever lived in this house, it was them that was killed.
So this woman was not my grandmother?
She was not 9. We go home in the morning.